that I fucked it up the first time. Let's hope this is working this time, because that was really embarrassing the first time when I crashed the stream. So that's super fun. Yeah, so I am going to be building the Mos Eisley Cantina, as my fun little graphic shows. Whoop. Anyway, so I'm Rota Rota. I do political content, and my other big passion is Lego. And I'm going to be building the Mos Eisley Cantina in front of you today. And it's going to take a while. Here's my lovely coffee juice. And it'll be a good time. I've been very excited to build this set. Honestly, it's fantastic. I'm super excited, and it's one of my favorite things ever. I think it's one of the coolest Lego sets of all time. It's got a huge manual, and honestly, it's a good one. It's a good time. I picked up having a big Lego hobby after when the pandemic started, basically, because I needed something that wasn't just depressing politics all the time. And this is something that requires my full attention, because you have to read the instructions and do the bricks and all the stuff. And yeah, it's one of my favorite pastimes that I've developed in my adulthood, and I haven't been doing it in so long. And I hope when someone else joins the chat, they can tell me if the sound works or not. Okay, so thank you. And we're gonna get going. I'm gonna try and look at the chat. Actually, I want to check one thing. One thing I need to look up. I want to know if I can change camera on YouTube, because I'm running it through the YouTube app, because I'm not using a streaming software, because I'm dumb. I'm not smart, and I need to. Can I change camera on YouTube live? How to switch between cameras for live streaming? I do not want a piece of software. No, I want to be able to do this just by clicking a couple buttons. YouTube Studio. So it should be here? I don't know. How do I mute picture in picture, take snapshots? So how do I change what camera I'm using? Use the camera. Okay. What's going down? No. Select stream. No, that's just like my stream. That doesn't do anything. I am so sorry if you're experiencing my troubleshooting, because I just want to flip up, because I did set up a build camera, which has a slightly nicer angle. And so we're going to fail through trying to figure this out. Live stream, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Politics and bricks. If any of you know how to do the camera flip automatically, I would love to know. I'm just using the YouTube Studio, so just holler at your boy. Anyway, so we're just going to deal with this right now. Okay, let's get moving. I have done a couple steps in the first time I did this, and we're basically building this little land speeder. And yeah, you can tell that I only got to like 30 steps in or so. I think step 30. Because I got too caught up in the chatting about the politics. People had tons and tons of things to say, especially about, I believe it was around like the French elections or something. And so people were asking about like what's going on with Macron and the far right and blah, 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 which is still a giant mess even like a month on, which you all will know if you're following any French politics at the moment. It's been super messy since the election, and mainly because Macron just can't admit that he lost. And yeah, it's a rocky time, I would say, especially like you had all the commission negotiations that are still continuing to go on. And I believe right now there's a plenary in Strasbourg because one of my friends who works for one of the SPD MEPs, who's a friend of mine, he hit me up because we're planning some like political meetings later on this month that I have to host. And he was saying like, yeah, Viktor Orban's doing a big speech, and the left group in the parliament is focusing on doing like an action, which will be good fun. Yeah, Viktor Orban, he's just like the gift that keeps on giving, and honestly, one of the worst people in Europe. Like when I was working for one of the EU institutions, I literally had just so many days of my work that was just like focused on Viktor Orban responses. And I feel like everyone who's worked at the union for the last, like, I don't know, couple decades has had to deal with some sort of Viktor Orban Hungary related nonsense that could have totally been avoided. So I see there's a couple people in the stream. How are y'all doing? Are you here for the Lego or the politics? Just so you know, there's no unboxing because I got this set secondhand. So it is a fun little treat for myself, and I got really lucky on the price. I picked it up for like $260. No box, which is fine for me. I don't have anywhere to put the boxes, to be totally honest. Even though it would be fun to do the unboxing, it's just not blah blah blah. So frustrating. It has the not the good leg C3PO. I know it's just like such a minute thing, but I fallen into that like part of the Lego community where I'm like, we should get the best C3PO every time. Not that this one's bad. This guy's super great. Obviously, C3PO is always good. But honestly, the fact that there's not the dual molded one every time when we know it exists is it's a bit frustrating. I love these guys though. The little musicians. They're just fantastic, as you can see. We'll go through all the minifigures in a little bit. Yes, I'm so sorry I had to take down the stream scanner. It was my bad. Sorry. Yeah, it's my first time doing a proper stream, or like, I don't know, maybe like the third time ever. So I'm still not so good at it when I'm on stream and not just able to look at all the technical stuff. Yeah, it's a bit frustrating. I need to get over my my fear about using like OBS and all these other pieces of software. I just, most of my gigs working in marketing, I never really had to do much streaming. And when we did, it was like I had a lot of time to prepare for it, and I just had to focus on the technical side. So like the worst part about not having the this is the first time set is I have all the parts in front of me, and there's just a big pile of Lego. And while that sounds really magical on some respects, it makes it incredibly hard to find the pieces. So we're gonna struggle through this quite a lot for several hours, and that'll be fine. We're just gonna deal with it. So what have you all been thinking about this week, politics-wise or life-wise? It's been a very intense few months, to be totally honest. Or, more importantly, did any of you pick up any good Lego sets at the Amazon Prime Day? Because there were some crazy deals that are still going on right now. You should hit them up. Press F. Press F for respect? Or what are you trying to type? F, 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 Y. Yeah, that's nice. But, any engagement's good engagement, right? Even if you're being mean. Ooh, was that cool? I imagine that's what was it? 30? Is it 30 years now? No, wait. 89, right? Is your unification? Or am I off on my dates? Or is it 91? I'm a cat walking on the keyboard demanding attention. I like that one. It's just like a cat. I'm also appreciative that the cat decided to turn on the live stream too. I mean, cats can like Lego. If an adults can like Lego, then I think it's pretty free game. But what kind of sets would a cat collect? Like, what themes are cats into? Is it just sets with cats, or is it just a general thing? I hope I'm not really dumb and I'm looking for the wrong part. No, I'm not. I'm smart. I can do this. Let's just move some of these plates out the way because I'm looking for a 2x1 with little side pieces, side connectors. Yeah, so the goal is basically to keep building until this is done because I kind of bought it and I haven't touched it in a couple of weeks. And but I put all the pieces out because I plan to do live streams, and then I don't know, life got really intense for a little while. And then she stepped on a piece this morning and got really angry. So now it has to be built. And there's no time delay. This is also why the stream kind of started suddenly, because I was like, all right, I have to get this done. We're in Lego time now. Obviously, mouse sets. I believe there is a cat and a mouse set that came out a couple of years ago. I remember seeing it at the store. But yeah, I hope Lego considers their cat audience more. It seems like a good demographic for them to expand into. People like buying their pets stuff, so if their pets are building Lego. That would also, I feel, make a great sci-fi premise. It's like dogs and cats are becoming like more sentient, but cats just end up developing this deep obsession with Lego sets and builder blocks in general. Like maybe they can't conceptualize the value of money, but they understand like the value of bricks. It'd be very, very funny. Yeah, but maybe that's part of their cognitive development. They want to build something so it's a more fulfilling destruction, right? Like they build the Colosseum to be able to like destroy the Colosseum, but also feel like a kaiju at the same time. I think that would be like the ultimate cat experience, right? That's why they like boxes so much. Do you ever have trouble telling the dark grays and regular grays apart? Because I feel like I consistently get them confused. That piece wanted to roll down all of my clothing. There we go. All right. All right, so that's one. I need another one. And another little gray 1x1. Little stud. Yeah, catch you. I think it's great. Like super smart cats. They build little cities so that they can roam around in them. Like I was playing Stellaris yesterday or the day before, and I realized that so they'll have these like devouring swarms, kind of these Zerg like species that are just trying to eat everything. But after you defeat them, you can like cybernetically ascend them, so then they just become like regular individuals. And I was thinking about like how odd it would be in like a post scourge timeline after they've been deleted or defeated and then become individuals. Like what would society do? Like how would it interact with like this now independently sentient race that had just into that point tried to eat all of them. And I thought of how like what a strange ethical quandary it would be going from like this like brutal hive mind creatures to like now all of them are individuals. Like how would the would they be responsible for all those things they did when they were a hive mind now that they're all individuals? Opens up a big bag of worms, I think. Yes, these are the deep thoughts I have when I'm playing my grand strategy games. The political implications of a post-devouring swarm society. I have one with a hole, but I need it to be a full-topped one, and that is becoming a problem. Ooh, is it over there? No. I hope you can appreciate how far I'm having to climb across the table. And now those are thoughts I will have too. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, this is my deep thoughts. Oh man, I feel like I just had the piece I needed in my hand and I just misplaced it. Okay. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about like the future, like the deep future on politics, and I've wanted to make this kind of like Stellaris. Like what's the word? Like after action report AAR, but like focusing on like a timeline that's like what it would be like for like humanity to go to the stars and kind of like the far future, because I feel like so many of our visions of it are very I don't know, they're very limited, and especially like the ones that are super popular or like people now imagine in the popular imagination around this kind of like Elon Musk's sci-fi shit. It definitely like degrades, I would say, the imagination of what's possible. Like I've been thinking a lot about kind of the idea of like forming trade unions for workers in orbit and how important this will be for the immediate space industry future. Because can you imagine like how bad things could get for labor rights for workers in orbit when their food and air and everything is controlled by like the company? It very much brings you back to this idea of like all controlling company towns and kind of like the minor villages and whatnot. So I think it's going to become like a deeply important political question is like how do we do labor organizing for this like very strange business that's not in any country? How does that regulatory system work? I think it's also kind of interesting because I've noticed that there's a few of the kind of Star Wars influencers have become very, very, very like openly Trumpist and like like far right almost. And it's a bit wild to think how you can get into this series and like what you get out of it is like, oh, I'm a fascist too. So it's cool vibes. Kind of just shows the aesthetic nature of that ideology. Isn't there a show about labor rights in space? Yeah, The Expanse. But I mean, like, I wouldn't say that's like in around like labor rights really, because they go from more like a political revolution angle, and they don't. I don't know. I love The Expanse. It's great, but it's more like in the space opera theme as opposed to. I don't know. I think like Red Rising is probably more down the line of like dealing with that kind of existential question, but that also has like a more of a space fantasy vibe to it too. I mean, there's this what is it called? I think it's called Life on Mars or something. There's this like animated show that came out a couple of years ago that kind of deals with like what would actually be like to be on one of these like dystopian tech company colonies on Mars, and it's quite funny and humorous. Oh, what was the other one too? About the like the tour guide, like the space tours that the boat goes down or whatever. Um, something 5, not Galaxy 5 or something. I can't remember. It was on HBO, I believe. But yeah, I think we really underestimate how like catastrophically bad things could go in space, especially just because of the nature of the place. And so like really kind of regular evil business owner skirting labor law kind of things would just cause dramatic problems and accidents. And I don't think a lot of our our organizers are really thinking about like this orbital issue going on in space, right? Avenue 5, yeah, that one. Hmm. Okay, so we're gonna have to go into more of this. These are not the right ones. I am very tempted to just go grab this piece from another set that I know has it, because it's getting a little tedious, but then I know I will be frustrated at myself later when I build that set and it's missing exactly one part. So I wouldn't say I'm the most organized person, but I've been like incredibly organized about my Lego sets. And yeah, so I keep them all like still separated out into like the parts for their original one when I dismantle them, unless I'm like cannibalizing pieces to build something bigger. Also, it's mainly I just don't have any of those like cool shelves for crafts that can separate them all out. So otherwise, it would just be them being in a big pile. That's not very useful, honestly. At the end of the day. Also, my wife has come by and built like little objects. So sometimes the pieces are hidden. But I appreciate it that she's finding some joy. Oh, goodness. Oh, look, it's Luke. Hi, hi. How you doing? Between the cats on Barely Informed stream and now the Legos, here I'm starting to think that there's an overlap between my autism and political interests. Yeah, I mean, but Lego is the most awesome thing ever, so it is not hard to get deeply into it. Also, ultimately Lego is quite hopeful, right? Even when they're satirizing things, it takes like kind of the most hopeful angle of every version of it, even the sad stuff. I really like the little like Lego holiday specials too. They're very heartwarming. If you just need like a little light pick me up. Also, strangely, just so much character development in all of these too, which is very funny to watch. Like the Lego writers for the movies were just like, yeah, let's just go ham. Why are there so many of these and it's not the right piece? Okay, I am not going crazy. All right, I'm gonna stand up and try on the other side of the table because I am failing and I think I need another angle on this nightmare that I've created for myself. Nope, that's not right. So you go into the pile. I have like a pile of like 8 of the wrong type of studs. Just a pile of failure. Okay, let's move some of you from underneath the laptop. Yeah. Okay, there we go. All right, I think we're gonna cheat. I think we're gonna grab a piece from another bag, and we're just gonna say it worked out. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna find one of these studs in another bag. I will give myself permission to be angry at myself later. It'll all be good. Okay. There we go. Figured it out. Oh no. All right, finally. That took forever. Perfection. Okay, let's do this. Okay, we need gray, 2 little black wing things. I saw those recently when I was moving stuff around. And a gray 4x4. Okay. We will find you. I definitely saw these though. Like relatively recently. Where are you? Let's go over there. Yeah, there's my cool Ahsoka. Love this figure. Probably my favorite one. That is my 100% favorite Star Wars character. But I am of that Clone Wars generation. What's your favorite shows and stuff? You gotta go over there. Let's stand up. All right, let's try and find these little black pieces. Can move the coffee over there because it's getting precariously close to falling every time I move because I am incredibly clumsy. I also have seizures, so like occasionally like my arms will just fling out, which is a problem when you're not trying to drop stuff. All right, boom, one of these, we're good. And where is the other one? What I enjoy is that sometimes you can just get a different vantage point and your brain will just like reconfigure itself. So you find the pattern more easily. And I find that to just be just such a wonderful quirk of our brains. Pattern recognition. What a thing. Okay, here we go. And yeah, if you can't tell, there's like a giant table. You miss it quite a bit. Better Off Ted. I haven't watched that show in a very long time, but I do remember it, and it was quite a good time. I also learned that actor left the Scientology church a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, his name I do not remember at all. But I've seen him in a ton of movies. Am I just missing it? Is it in front of me? Yeah, he was in Scientology for a while. I think he's like his second wife was into it or something. I can't remember the whole story. You'd have to look it up. But yeah, I mean, anyone who leaves that church is definitely very brave because they suck you in, and they just have such ridiculous power in and around Los Angeles. It's just it's a bit absurd to think about. But you know, that part of California does like its cults, so. It's so weird to see like the Mormon and Scientology churches in Europe too. It boggles my mind sometimes because I'm just like, oh goodness. Yeah. Is that it? No, these are flat. I need a regular studded one, but it's not appearing in front of me, which is a bit annoying. Maybe I can build around it for a little bit. Did I forget a piece? No, I just need these little white to slope. Is this it? No. But that one comes up soon. Okay, so at least I have that piece. And I guess it's going to be one of these. Yeah, here we go. Cool. And but I really do need this gray piece and these two little black 1x1s. I feel like having a bigger table might make this easier, but honestly, I would have to stand up and move around it the entire time. So that's less fun. My grandma got into Scientology for a few years. Thankfully, much less power in Europe. Yeah, thankfully. It's such a crazy thing too. You know, but it combines all the, you know, the typical things for getting people really sucked in, right? It's like multi-level marketing scheme plus religion. Yeah. Yeah, I was raised around a lot of very religious people in my area. There was like a couple of local cults, and their leaders actually ended up going to jail for like some pretty unsavory things. Okay, there we go. One black one. No. Ooh, no, that's not the right one. Okay, well, that was upsetting. Okay, let's stand up. Okay. Oh, I found the part I needed. Cool. All right. At least that's one of them. Boom. All right. And now I just need to find this black 1x1. And then we're in business. And thankfully, as we build more of these pieces, it will get progressively easier to do this. Okay, so okay, there's a few more pieces there to that one, which I can actually get started on now, I think. I just need this flat piece. No. No, R2. Oh, he's fallen. He can't get back up. Oof. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a problem, right? Like there are just so many like offshoots that can go really, really bad, especially if they're like based around like a single person. And that unfortunately is what a lot of them are. Um, yeah, I mean, that's why there's kind of like a whole little industry of just making like documentaries around these kind of weird cults. You know, some people really want to believe, and that's a good thing, but then it gets channeled into like all sorts of terrible ways. And whether it's like religious or politics or a mixture of both, it's very destructive because people were willing to do whatever if they believe, you know, like God or something's telling them to do something. You know, that's why the mixture of politics and religion is very, very dangerous. And that's why stuff like, you know, this like evangelical thinking Trump is created by like God or something is really, really, really dangerous, because how do you tell people that God's not doing the thing that they believe he's doing? And how do you de-radicalize people down from that? It becomes very, very dangerous very quickly. Self-writing mechanisms are awfully cranky for a combat droid. I know, right? You'd think they'd be able to just like pop right back up. Okay, so I need 1x1 overhangs, and I need a little flat 2x1. Okay. I feel like I saw both of these very recently. There's one. Okay. And could have sworn I saw another one right here somewhere. The one I would say downside about this set is it is very gray. So it's very hard to see the difference in the pieces. There was just like a lot of tan and a lot of gray blocks, but that is just like RIP Lego Star Wars. Just so many gray ships. My wife was told me I couldn't buy any more of the gray sets because it's just so depressing. And honestly, she was right. They need to spice up those sets. Like I was thinking about that they really need to bring out the Thrawn Imperial Destroyer and give it like the cool underside. Do like a full underside because it'll make it a little bit more spicy and a little bit more unique and uniform than the uniform stuff, because it's all just like very dull. Because that's like the other side of it, right? It's you want to have the imperial stuff also be like inspirational. It can't just all feel droll, because they are actually trying to present themselves in this light, right? Mm, 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 mm. Okay, let's find another piece. Ooh, there we go. Oh, I think that's the other one I need. Oh, jackpot. Yes. Amazing. Boom. Another segment done. Okay. All right. And then what do I need to do? This blue one, these gray ones, these white ones. Okay. All right, where's this long blue thing? That'll be easy to find, because there's like 5 blue pieces in this whole set. See, easy peasy. There's like 5 blue pieces in the whole set. Okay, cool. All right, and then we need 2. Whoop, there's 1 already done. Boom. All right, and I need this other white piece. Where are you? It's like the hunt on the savannah. Here we are as our hunter looks across the Lego fields for the correct piece. In their natural setting, Lego pieces tend to blend together. I need this little corner piece. Nope. Nope. No. No. All right, I'm gonna have to stand up and also pick up the piece that fell. Let me just check right in front of me before I. Okay, we're gonna have to stand up. Ooh. See, I'm almost like destroying my entire room every time I get up. It's a bit of a problem. Okay. I need to find this. Found it. Yes, we did it. We did it. All right. Good stuff. All right. Let's do this. Then we need these 2 little gray pieces. don't think I've seen these yet, which will be a bit frustrating to find. I kind of wish this was on a rotating table so I could just do this. It'd be good fun, I feel. Okay, let's figure this out. Let's figure this out together. Just like gonna have the bantha there, just in case, so you get the full experience. So why do you like Star Wars? If you like Star Wars. Because for me, I like the kind of anti-fascist political implication. I was also like raised with it from like a very young age, so I can't really remember a time before I ever saw it. Okay, let's try and find this piece. Oh, there's one. There's two. Boom. Okay, we're in business, people. We got it. Where does these go? These go at the back. All right. And now what do we need? We need these white pieces and a gray piece. So two of those, and one gray square. Okay, this also won't be too hard. I feel like I just recently saw one of these. There we go. One, okay. And okay, one, two, okay. I saw one of these. So light gray, yeah. So it's the light gray. And then I just need these little handly white ones, which I feel like I saw some right here. So let's move the manual. What have I done? Here, found one. Okay. Apologies for the cough. Oh, man. How do we fix the mess in Hungary? That's a complicated question, man. Well, I think like there needs to be like on the domestic end a lot of rebuilding of the politics. I think there needs to be continued coordination between all of the opposition to oust him. I think that's like the immediate priority. But also this means that all of these political parties need to get back to winning elections and putting up politicians that actually like inspire people and can actually get change. Because like right now, it's like your main opposition figure is like Peter Magyar, and he's just like Fidesz light, and that's not really a change. It doesn't really get you a different kind of politics. It just gets you rid of Victor, and that's not really. It's not like really solving the problem. You need a situation where like Hungary acts like a normal democracy or like social democracy in the vein of like other countries. um, so that's the problem. I mean, for me, the thing that I constantly think about with Hungary, especially like with Orban, is that like he owns so much stuff. Like him and his political party and his family and his friends, they own so many things across like the Balkans and Central Europe and everywhere. So like even if they're removed from power, they're going to be like in the back with their puppeteering for ages, because they're just going to have so much political sway because they bought up all these institutions, everything from newspapers to like football clubs. So I think this is like even like the bigger problem, right? Like getting him out of power is easy. It's just like he's got to lose an election, and it's really hard because he controls like all the main media, and he's like really, really deep into the rural areas. But at the same time, it's like that's the easy part. The hard part is like how do you unspin this massive web of institutions and companies and universities and everything that Victor's set up around the world? Because that's what gives him all of his power. Like the reason he has so much sway in like Trump world or the UK or like everywhere, really, because he's got all these like little entities everywhere. That's his real power. It's not just being like the leader of Hungary. That gives him the ability to screw with Brussels. It doesn't give him like his ultimate, sway within global right-wing politics. That is all the stuff he set up on the side. And that won't get spun down even if he's removed as a prime minister of Hungary. If anything, he'll just be able to dedicate all of his time for that hustle, and it won't just be his side thing. Sorry, that was like a bit of a run on. What's your thoughts about like Hungary and all the rest? Because it's something that takes up a lot of my thoughts, to be totally honest. I was just on the phone with someone actually talking about Orban too. He's all we think about, right? He's such a popular draw. Um, what was I looking for, by the way? Okay, this little handily bit, right, which is not this, which is unfortunate because it is a very similar piece. Okay, let's try and figure this out. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that's it's a good time. We like I think a lot about Central Europe. I think it's one of the most important and critical places for this moment, the Central and East. And it's really it's the place where the future of Europe is going to be turning on, especially as these are kind of more younger and dynamic populations that are continuing to grow. Whereas like, I don't know, political dynamism in the West is very broken, I would say, especially in any kind of like mainstream politics. I mean, honestly, I think it still blows people's brains away in the UK that like Poland is getting up there in like living standards and almost about to surpass it, and this kind of like institutional memory of like Eastern Europe being this like backwards place. Um, it still remains very strong, but they don't understand that like it's the emerging power within the continent. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. All right. Is that everything I needed? Yes. What other political stuff have you been thinking about? What's going on in your countries? Because it's pretty nonstop. I mean, I'm surprised how much the flooding kind of dropped off the map, even though people's homes are still wrecked and everything. Just gone back to regular politics again. Oh, that's not what I needed. Okay. Well, that's a little frustrating. Wait, what was I looking for? Sorry, I blanked. I'm just like sitting here staring out into like the abyss that is this massive pile in front of me. Okay, is this something I need? No. Just picking up pieces. Okay, what do I actually need? These little gray, are they gray or are they black? They're gray, okay. Okay, they're 3 wide. Yeah, but doesn't Tunisia have some like crazy politics going on right now? I know there was like worries about the government and being reactionary and all these other things. I'm not up on my my North African politics as well as I should be, but I've been following kind of like the developments within the national government quite a bit. Okay, which one do I put on? It's not this one. Okay. Because when I picked up this piece earlier, but I guess I wasn't smart enough to separate it. Okay, well, that's a little bit annoying, but all right, we'll figure it out. We're working our way through. We're making our way downtown, walking fast. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. I understand the issue. No bait, no bait. I just misread the situation. cannot find this piece. I'm pretty sure it's here, though. God, I hope I didn't pick it up and move it. But maybe I just wait till later to use it, and I hopefully find wherever I placed it. So I'm pretty sure I picked it up, which means it could basically be anywhere. Not that one, though. Okay, so this cheese slope is definitely not here. Or at least I can't see it, so we're just going to say it's not here. Can Bosnia and Herzegovina into Europe? I mean, Bosnia is already on like the road to EU membership, so I think it's just a matter of whenever the other EU states stop viewing Bosnia as like a backwards place, and very much that's like the issue for most of the Western Balkans expansion. There's just like this deep-seated kind of like chauvinism towards the region, and you see this. It's like, oh, these places are just too corrupt, too this, too that, and it's like, yes, these places have like systemic problems and whatnot, but we see rampant corruption in member states all the time, and they're perfectly fine and remaining member states. So I always think this is a bit ridiculous. I'm a very big proponent of rapid membership for all the remaining applicants, because honestly, it's just like a bit stupid and ridiculous to make them sit out in the cold for decades. I think Bosnia is on like year 12 or something now. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's also like the same thing with like the Schengen expansion. It's like Austria, because it has like weird internal politics around migration, blocks Bulgaria from being able to be participatory. It's just like, it's the same nonsense. It's just like chauvinism and nationalism causing, silly politics, silly outcomes. Yeah, I mean, there's not really a way to eject a member state from the EU unless they leave. So that's a big part of it, right? There's no way to actually even like remove a state like Hungary can continue doing what it does. The only thing you can do is sanction them, which is like a big deal in itself. But they're still members; they're still able to do all the things that they normally would do. I mean, even with like Orban doing all of his like ridiculousness during the presidency, at the same time, it's any of the kind of procedural moves to kind of block him, or they don't really do anything at the end of the day, and he can just like ignore them. And that's one of the main problems of government, right? Like, you have so many things are based upon just norms, just people playing by the rules and accepting that these rules are the rules, and this is how we're going to play the game of politics. And when you start having some of the players just decide, like, I don't want to play by the rules, like the rules don't really matter, then the game starts breaking down very, very quickly. And we can see that in geopolitics right now. You have like a few major world leaders decided to like not continue playing by the rules set up after World War II. And so everything's going a bit chaotic everywhere. And, everywhere in the world can kind of see and feel this tension continuing to grow. It is a problem. But this also, I think, has a lot to do with the way our political systems were set up. There was like always an assumption that people would innately follow the rules, and this assumption has been disproven by, the rise of fascism and all sorts of other reactionary politics, even within democratic regimes, or often within democratic regimes. So it's more important, I think, to have stricter written rules about how things should operate, as opposed to like basing so many things off of custom and tradition, which, obviously we see every day why the custom and tradition approach is not an actual workable one. It fails repeatedly in every country it's tried if someone decides to, not play by the rules anymore, and it's permitted. Where is... Yeah, I mean, this is also just goes down to the politics of it, right? Like the Polish sanctions were pulled because the second Tusk was in there and Ursula needed him to be on side, and he's also in the EPP with her. It was suddenly like, okay, everything's cool, even though, the same judges were there, all the stuff hadn't shifted. It's just like a few of the main characters had changed around. And this is the other kind of, I would say like the dangerous aspect, right? Like you have... Okay, if we're told like democracy is on the line, or like things are like the rule of law is crumbling, and then the second like there's just a political shift that's more convenient for the arbiters of those who are meant to kind of like go after people when they break the rule of law, it makes people just don't believe the democracy exists, really. It's just like, oh, it's like democracy is whatever is convenient for the people ruling at that moment in time. And that makes people really rapidly lose faith in the system. And this is something that's reinforced every time politicians do these kind of things. And especially after they do campaigns based around like, vote for me, or like, I'll protect democracy, and then they do stuff that subverts democracy, it just makes that whole situation more rapid. And yeah, it's a problem because we already have like a deeply problematic accelerationist politics going on the right and the far right. So when it's kind of fueled by the center, it becomes even worse. Okay, now I need to focus for a minute and find this part, because otherwise I'll get angry. Because I'm getting frustrated that I cannot see the things. Nope. Why can I not find the part that I need? This is so frustrating. Oh, is this it? Yes, please, 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 please. Yes. All right. Next step. Square these white pieces. Okay. And a gray square. I feel like I recently saw these. Yeah. I think did you all see the ridiculous Elon Musk thing with Trump? because that was one of the more absurd things I've seen in my lifetime. I think it's very hilarious that he's managed to sneak his way back into the Trump fold, but it only took him like turning Twitter into the worst place ever to get there. I think the strangest part about the whole Elon Musk Twitter thing is that the site's basically 4chan now, right? And but like people, institutions still use it like it's a normal website. And it's very bizarre because you see all these like serious things going on what is effectively 4chan. Just bizarre. I tried to explain this to several politicians and they couldn't really wrap their heads around it. Their staff got it, but the senior politicians just couldn't get it. Which, all things considered, is probably a good thing that they don't understand 4chan. I'd be more concerned if they did, maybe. Oh. All right, I need to find a gray square. Ah, there's one. Fantastic. Okay. Okay. And generous campaign donations. Yeah. It's amazing what money can buy you. The love of an ex-president, but not happiness. I do just find it hilarious that I meant to look at these men as like the pinnacle of masculinity, and I'm just like, my first thought when I see both of them, I'm like, these guys are losers. Am I a hater? I don't know. Probably. Probably. I feel like it's definitely like an ADHD thing to like stare across at all of these and then like forget what you were doing immediately. You're just like, oh, as I stare across the Lego planes, my memories just go away. Boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, there it is. Sweet. The guide. It feels like I pick up the Bible every time I'm lifting this thing. It's quite heavy. It's like a couple hundred pages. Oh, yes, this is what I needed. Thank you. Thank you for making it easy. Hell yeah. We're baking. Okay. What are these? Three wide. And we'll do. How does this work? Okay. All right, well, there's one, and there's one. All right, we're doing good so far. Oh, there's another piece I need, and come on, Lego gods. Help me find the piece. No, we did so well. We found them so quickly. Okay, let me put these down before I drop them. Okay. You stay there. Okay. Okay, we gotta stand. What are we doing? So it's my birthday coming up this week, and my mother-in-law got me a Lego set, and I am very excited about it. It's not the prettiest set, but it has some fantastic minifigures. The Yavin 4 set, in case you're wondering. What's up, everyone? How you doing? Too many bricks on the table. Yes, I'm aware. It's a problem. The set was pre-owned, so they're not in the sack, unfortunately. Hey. Okay. Let's do this. Also, I realize I just have like some random music playing in the background, and I just noticed it was on. All right. What do I want to listen to? Oh, maybe I want to be basic. Yeah. That's what we're doing. At least you're able to stream. Yeah. My wife supped on one of these this morning, and she told me I had to build it immediately because otherwise it's just taking up one of our tables. And she is right. Okay, so we got to our first figure, which is this dude. This is his speeder. So we got a little Trandoshan guy. Hello. Guten Tag. Okay, all right. So in real life, we'd be on bag 2 right now, but in this this nightmare experience, we're on bag all of them. So let's do this. All right, we need this yellow. I found it immediately. Oh, I'm like a psychic. Fantastic. I love it. That's not the right gray. Oh, man. The good luck died immediately. Oh, no, it's back. We're still here. Do we need a white piece? Oh my God, we got all three. Immediately. Oh, fantastic. Oh, I need another gray one. Okay, word. Another little gray square. Oh, and there we go. Our luck is still going. Boom. That. I got on a motorcycle 2 days ago and broke through it. Oh no! I'm so sorry. Oh, that's so not fun. Yeah, the motorcycle accidents, they're not great. And that road burn, I feel for you. I'm so sorry. 3 ribs too. You must be not a happy puppy at the moment. Are they all at least all on the same side? Oh. Were you at least wearing like road leathers and stuff, or did you just like hit the ground like full on with regular clothes? Oh, there it is. Found it. I'm not. I just started my channel 60 days ago, and it was going so good. Now YouTube will forget about me. Yeah, that's the problem. You got to be like super endless on these starting up your channels. I made this channel like a while ago and didn't touch it for a minute, so it's definitely not getting any love from the YouTube algorithm yet. But you know, you just got to keep banging at the YouTube gods, and then eventually it starts swinging in your favor. It's just about like posting. Oh no. Well, at least it's just on your left side. You can at least sleep on one of your sides. Oh, but I really feel for you. That is not a it's not a fun time. I've known a few people to get some pretty bad motorcycle injuries. So you have my deepest sympathies at the moment. Where is this little cheese slope? Nope, you're not a cheese slope. And they're black, right? Okay. But you know, just focus on getting better, and I think that's the thing. You'll heal better and faster, and you can also just work on your video scripts or whatever you were planning on doing. Just, you know, you can't go back in time. You just got to deal with the hand that is dealt with you, sadly. Even though it's just a big bummer. I'm very sorry. Oh, I'm dropping so many pieces underneath the table. Oh no, come back here. Ooh. Okay. Okay, we got both of those. And I need a long, no studs white 6x1. Is this it? Please be, please be. Yeah, look at that. Could have sworn I heard something drop. Maybe it was just me. Maybe I dropped. Okay. A hit and run, no. That's not good. That's gonna be a pain with your insurance too, right? Yeah, and in this case, you are literally falling and getting back up. Okay, let's do this. Okay, there's one. And then I need a dark gray 3. Got that. Okay. And then I need cheese slopes, a white one, and a small. Nope. There we go. Oh, I need one of these too. I'm confused. What do I do? Okay. And there's a 2x2 or 2x1. Where are you? I just saw one. Could have sworn I just saw this piece. Ooh. Was that the right one? No, I need the other way around. I have to go, but I had to show my support and hit that like button. Oh, you have a great day, and I hope you heal quickly. Thank you so much. Oh. Where is... Yeah. I am unfortunately very accident prone. I got into several very bad car wrecks, and I have like permanent brain damage from one of them. So it was like a whole ordeal a few years ago. I had to teach myself to basically like speak properly in full sentences again. It was a whole thing. Cars are dangerous. That's like my big takeaway. Yeah, I basically stopped driving also because I just don't feel like doing it anymore after that big of an accident. Which is kind of crazy because I started driving at like 14 or something. Yeah. Yeah, it was like a whole ordeal too. I actually like had moved, or rather I was moving back to Europe only a few days after the car accident, like maybe a few weeks. So it was just like an insane kind of way to move to a new country after you've been in a severe car accident. My balance was like super off for a while. Like I couldn't walk in straight lines, so it just looked like I was really drunk all the time. Okay, well that's one of the ones I needed, but not the thing I need right now. Yeah, to any creators out there, it's important to come up with more colorful designs so your Lego sets will become easier to build. Okay, I'm gonna stand up. No. Why can't I find the pieces? So frustrado. Okay, let's try and find too many Lego pieces. Maybe I get a bucket and I take like the big panels away. That might make things a little bit easier. Or it might be a good shout. Because really, they're just taking up a lot of space. Really, I just wish these were in bags. Lego, sponsor me. I know it's here. Because I've like 1,000% seen the piece already. God. And there's a fly in here too. This is it. This is the end. This is the end. Okay. I got you already. It's annoying because I've already like got all the parts for the next one, but not enough for parts for the first one, which is annoying. Or rather, I need the same part on both these pieces, and they're duplicated. Gray piece. Where would a gray piece be? At some point, you just feel like you're bargaining with the Lego pieces. You're just like, come on, man, just give me even the right shape. I don't even care about the right color at this point. That's where we're at. Where is this piece? I cannot find it. I feel like I'm like a drone floating over. I just want to get there. We can do this. Where are they? Well, this is frustrating because it has to be here. And before anyone asks, no, there's no missing pieces because it came fully assembled. I had to already take it apart once, so I know it all is here. It's just it's like 4,000 parts to sort through or something. I don't know. It's like a lot of parts. It's a big set. But maybe it was, maybe it's telling me to take a break because I've been Legoing for like an hour and a half, and that's a lot of bricks, right? So I just want to find this one last part, and then I will call it for a break, and then maybe come back in like 20 minutes and keep at it, because I promised my wife it would get finished. This is, though, a like 6-hour Lego experience. Or maybe 8 hours. I think I'm building very slowly right now. Normally I'd be like speeding through this. Oh no, that's exactly the wrong part I don't need. Okay, well, that's frustrating. Yeah, if this is not your average Lego build, right? This is like the hard mode build where you just like throw all the pieces on the table and you gotta just deal with it. Can't find it. Very frustrating. Okay, since we can't find this, let's build the other half of this, and we can figure this out on the way back. It's kind of crazy. This little speeder build is like the first 50 pages or something. It's like a pretty intense side build if you think about it. Okay. And for those of you with good ears, I am listening to the Sabrina Carpenter album, in case you're curious. This is my my happy basic dreams. Oh my goodness. Okay. There's one. And I need to have a 4 Poor white. Nope. 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 I hope you enjoy like the Cthulhu arms coming from the ceiling for a minute. It makes it a more 3D experience. That's the FPV version where like I strap a camera to my chest and you just get to watch my arms build. That'd be funny, actually. I'd watch one of those like professional Lego builders like speed run through it. That'd be pretty fun to watch. Every time I watch them do like these crazy fast builds, it just blows my mind. Mainly because like my hands can't move that fast anymore. Another problem with the brain damage. Okay, so I'm gonna guess this goes in just the opposite direction. Maybe I'll be smart and change pages. Okay. So let's see. We got the one little white one. We got the gray piece. Okay. And the cheese slope. Okay. So wait, how do these fit on? Like that? Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I just need this other little white one then, don't I? Yeah, but I like for me, I think it must fill this like, you know, the Rubik's Cube kind of people. It feels like that. It's just like the more intense version of that Rubik's Cube hobby. It's like, oh, you like Rubik's Cubes? Yeah, how about you build the Rubik's Cube while you're solving it? You know, I bet you any money in like 30 years, once we have like crazy better like robotic prosthetics and you're able to have like an extra arm, there's going to be a influencer and they do like 4-arm speed Lego building. I am predicting this right now. 30 years. You can keep me on that one. What am I meant? Okay, I need this little white piece. Story of my life. Okay. So at this point, we're basically like building around the pieces that I can't find yet because I've given up. Bravely given up. This piece keeps mocking me. It's so close to the one I need, but it's not. So close. Not though. Okay, I need. What do I need here though? white. No. And I need one of these, but I don't know for where. Okay, I guess it's just for there. And then I need some wings. Is that what I'm seeing? Che cazzo? Yeah, you know, I think as many existential crises we have, there could also be like kind of silly, dumb parts of our dystopian tech future, right? You know, it's kind of like Dr. Octopus, right? Like from Spider-Man. It's just like, just imagine mundane things you could do with those extra arms. Because if you think about it, they're like done by thought, right? So like you could just be getting them to do other things while you were focusing on something else. You know, because I don't know, in my perfect future, it's like cybernetics is like an NHS thing. It's just like anyone who wants them can get them. It's not like a weird dystopian future where only like the super rich get to have, you know, superpowers or whatever. I mean, have you seen those like the surgery robotics? Like it's really crazy what they do now in hospitals. It kind of is mind blowing if you just think of it as is. Can you imagine like these like political talk shows, like these like clickbait ones, and it'd be like, yeah, we need to ask a question today with our audience. How many arms is too many arms? I just wish I could find this one stupid piece because it's holding up my build now. I don't want to have to cannibalize more parts. Hey, how are y'all doing? I hope I'm being adequately entertaining. This is, as I said, a first time. Is this the... Oh, this one's blank, though. Is that not the right one? I'm going to say it's not the right one, because it doesn't look like the one in the picture. I'm down for the arms debate. I guess like the transhumanism like debates are mainly is like, is it something you attach to yourself or is it like surgical? And because like, is it, if my arms are just like a backpack I wear, it's not very controversial, right? Like if it's just like an implant to control them and like a backpack you put on, that's not super scary, or like body horror kind of debates. But I imagine if I was more religious, I'd probably have a different take on that. Oh. Is that the one I needed? We did it. Holy moly. Okay. God, I'm so angry. That was in front of me the whole entire time. It was right here. It was right here. Sarah has come down with a case of the Lego blindness. It happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us. Okay, now I just need one more. See, I'm now refilled with hope. I'm just like, oh, they're real. That piece wasn't just a figment of my imagination. Here, we're just gonna make a little space. Ooh, and that is a crafting tool that should not be on the table because it could cut me. Okay, all right, so now what goes underneath that thing? Okay, I need another 3x1 gray piece. Mankind Divided is the one in Prague, right? The most recent one? Because like I love that game. I just wish it was a bit longer. That was my only kind of gripe. Yeah, I like Adam Jensen. He's a fun character. Like he's very like over the top cyberpunk, but I love him. God, I love Deus Ex. Even like both series, just good stuff. I need the darker one though. Yeah. Yeah, I think like the opener's in Dubai, right? Like you're in the sandstorm with the in like the skyscraper or something, or I might be mixing up games. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I wish there was like a new, or maybe they could do it within like the DSS IP, but it would be very cool to see like a more um like hard-boiled near future sci-fi, like set in the like the 2050s, but like within our timeline, not kind of like these really divergent ones. I'd be very curious. Like I know like Watch Dogs tries to do that, but it's not really kind of going in the same direction I'd kind of want it. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of cool places that you could do cyberpunk stuff. Yeah, and there's just I don't know. I think like cyberpunk in cities that had like an old-fashioned aesthetic would also be very cool. Like you could do like a cyberpunk in like Istanbul or something. I mean, Johannesburg would be pretty cool too. You could make that a very intense game. Or Rio would be pretty dope as well. I do enjoy like that in like Horizon Zero Dawn, you know, the main, you know, villain character that ruins the world is basically like a pastiche of like Elon Musk and every other like loser tech genius. I think that's like a perfect thing, especially when you in the second game when you go into his kind of like temple, like vault kind of thing. Yeah, Alexandria and Cairo would be really cool. I mean, just like Egypt in general. Like if you made it more kind of like if you did away with kind of the more free roaming aspects or like a continuous kind of open world, you could do a lot of locations and make them all quite cool. I think that's, you know, we got like the Vampire the Masquerade game coming out, or like any of these like Shadowrun titles. Mm. Oh, this is the thing I was looking for. Amazing. Look at that. We're lucky. Okay, we're gonna put these all together and start moving them away, and that's how we're gonna deal with this crisis, right? I don't know. Did you play what's this game called? Citizen Citizen Sleeper. It's really good. It's like a point and click like RPG cyberpunk game. Really, really, really fun. Deep existential, kind of in that uh, Disco Elysium kind of style, like lots of reading, but also it has kind of like basic resource management. It has a game aspect to it, not just the reading part. Yeah, I highly recommend it. You can usually pick it up super cheap, and I believe there's a sequel that just came out, but really cool, like far, far, far future. Citizen Sleeper. Hold on, I'll type it in. Citizen. Oh no, wait, what's going on? Cancel. Yeah, highly recommend. You will lose the first couple of times you play, so it's a bit unforgiving at the beginning. It gets easier as you learn how not to die. Yeah. I think you'll like it. I've gotten a lot more into kind of these RPGs, especially like these kind of story type title games after playing like Tyranny. If you know that game, it's kind of like a very more basic version of like a Baldur's Gate, made by Obsidian, so like the New Vegas people. And the kind of fun part about Tyranny is that you basically play as like one of the minions after the Dark Lord's already won. So it kind of flips things on its head. For Tyranny, that's awesome. Because it has a big Tyranny is the one where you're the villain. Well, you're not the villain, you're more like middle management in like the villainous empire. So like I think that's what makes it a more interesting thing, because you're not just like an evil dude, you're just like a middle manager inside of the evil dude empire. So your goal is to kind of like be a manager of an empire, not to necessarily just be like an evil guy. You're meant to be like a proper administrator within like the emperor. Which I think like Tyranny makes it kind of fun, because it's not like, oh, just go do the evilest thing. It's more like, go do the thing that's actually like functionally good for the empire. And you can choose whether or not to do that, or do like the nice thing. And sometimes like the good thing is the thing that makes the empire stronger. So it becomes like more of a complicated question about like what is good and bad, but also what's like good and bad for like the maintenance of the empire itself. And for me, I think that's like a more interesting question than just like you're playing the bad guy at the end. What else is really good? Suzerain. Have you ever played that game? That game is amazing. Suzerain. I need to check my spelling on this actually. This game is, you'll love, like politics, craziness. You kind of play like a fictional Turkey during like, I don't know, the 1930s ish, but it's in a separate universe with separate like history and stuff. It's just like vaguely inspired by like Turkish history, or like Iran kind of. It's like a few places in like the Near East. But yeah, I thought it was amazing. Like honestly, one of the best titles I played that year. Because I've been thinking a lot about like how to use like games to teach about politics, or like to get people to understand these more complicated questions of governance and morals. Have you all played anything exciting or fun? Yeah, I think you'll like it. It's not super long, but it's a nice slow burn, and you'll get very attached to the characters and the plot line, and you'll have to play like 3 or 4 times or maybe more depending on how many times you lose. Um, if you want something like low key and like free, half Earth socialism. Yeah, so this is a book and a video game that is based upon the theories inside of the book about how to make a more ecologically sustainable Earth. And you basically play as like a post-revolutionary administrator of like the revolutionary state, and how you would like reorganize the economy so that it's ecologically safe and friendly. I've never actually played any of the Hitman games. I know that's like a big sin, but I've never did. I don't think. I know they're amazing, and I need to give them a chance because they're like these really great, you know, you can play every level in a million ways kind of games, and I appreciate that. I really need to give Prey another go because I just got scared because I don't like scary games, and that game kind of is scary, so it freaks me out a bit. Oh, well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We had a bit of politics. We had a lot of Lego, and it's always good to get recommendations. We're a multi-service economy, right? Um, ooh, I found one of the other pieces I was looking for, though, so that's good. Yeah, look, I'm not that good with scary stuff. It's actually kind of funny because my wife loves to watch like horror movies, but I don't want to be in the room with her because like I don't like scary horror movies. And so she'll like have me in the room next to her knowing that I'm there like a security blanket, but I couldn't be in the room for that either. Um I've slowly been getting more into like horror games and stuff because like I appreciate them from the genre, and like I get it, but also like they scare me. So I'm a big baby. Like I really want to be able to play Resident Evil or like any of these other games, or like Silent Hill. I think has like a remake coming out or something, and I really never got to play that game the first time because I don't know, when I was like 9 or 8 or something, I wasn't gonna play Silent Hill. Or maybe I was even younger than that. When did that game come out? Like 96, 97? Yeah, I was like 6 or 7 when that came out. Mm. Oh wait, I needed this one white piece because this goes here, I believe. Yeah. I do think that after like a certain amount of time when you're in your build, your brain flips into like Lego mode. It takes like maybe, I don't know, it depends on what set. But then like you become just like one with the bricks, and you're able to kind of see them a bit faster. At least that's my deep spiritual Lego belief. You become one with the bricks, and then you're much better at building. That sounds pretty cool to see this Texas Chainsaw Massacre in like theaters, though. That's pretty cool. But I haven't done the full Twin Peaks walkthrough or like watch through. I think I'm only like halfway through. I don't know why I stopped. Um, the thing that really scares me is when stuff moves underneath people's skin. That like creeps the heck out of me. I am irrationally afraid of this. I know there's like a specific term for it, but I don't know what it is. I love that movie though, The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. I had a huge crush on Rachel Weisz after that when I was little. And I think I saw that in movie theaters, and a guy gets eaten in the first few minutes of that by bugs. So that's pretty intense for my parents to let us go do. I remember my first like adult rated movie was Armageddon, and after seeing that, and I think Deep Impact in the same week, I had an existential fear of the world just ending at any point in time. When I was like, I don't know, 8, and I was just like, oh, so like everything we do is pointless, and like an asteroid could hit us at any point, and we could do basically nothing about it. Cool, great thoughts for my young mind. Yes, Armageddon, the space Bruce Willis movie. My takeaway was life is existentially meaningless because we could get hit by a big rock at any day. That was my 8-year-old or 7-year-old take. I'm not sure that was the meaning of the movie, but that's what I got from it. Give me the piece I want, please. I would really appreciate it. I just want the right pieces. It's so frustrating. 8-year-old cynics, yeah. I mean, this is the problem of society, right? I was like a small 8-year-old. I was, smoking my cigarette. I'll be like, what is the point of anything if the Bruce Willis is not able to go to space? It means nothing. I'm very French in this 8-year-old imagining. The first Indiana Jones. Is that Raiders of the Lost Ark? Because they melted? The people melted? Yeah, that's pretty freaky, man. Oh, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, also because someone melted. Both scary things to me as well as a child. Getting melted is not a good way to go out. I'll be honest. That's probably right up there. But I hope you learned the really important lesson, which is don't get melted. I'm melting. I'm melting. Okay. What should I listen to? Nope, nope. Where are you, Spotify? Anyone cool have a new album? Let's see. Oh, I can be old. No, wait. There we go. There we go. The Moomin Show. I don't know this show. Please share with the class. I'm intrigued by your horrifying Finnish TV show. I've been watching this this TikToker that does like bits about being Dutch, and one of my favorite things they said was, "Why would you do that? The Calvinist God will be so angry if you're not absolutely truthful at all points in time in your life." The visions of horror. What was the scariest thing when I grew up? Oh, Monstro, the whale from Pinocchio. That freaked me out for a very long time. Like, I don't think I actually finished watching that movie when I was little. That said, I grew up with a strong respect for whales. Oh, why can I not find this piece? Buffy the Vampire, the movie or the TV show? I mean, the vampire faces are pretty scary too. They're not scary. Like, sure, it's like 90s prosthetics or whatever, but they're still pretty creepy, man. It's a respectable thing to be scared about. I feel like I should bring in a second table. I'm not sure if that makes it easier or harder or better or worse. Yeah, I get it. The vampire transformations are very scary. But like for me, the things that are most scary are things that could actually happen. So like the Final Destination movies where they meticulously showed how someone died in like a very ridiculous accident or whatever. That just freaked me out because I was like, well, this could actually happen. Like blah 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 could go on. Whereas like monsters, I know they're not real, so like it's never been such a scary thing for me. Hmm. No. Speaking of horror, nothing scared me as much as I have no mouth and I'm a scream. Yeah, that is a very intense story. Did you see, you know there's like a game based on it, right? Like an old 90s game or 2000s game. It's equally as disturbing as like the audiobook or the written version. I feel like that book is like very much the earliest version of kind of like an Ultron character, right? Just like an absolutely evil psychopathic AI. But with like weird reality warping powers. Oh, I wish I could find either of the two parts I was looking for. Okay. Yeah, I really wish I could find this piece. I'm just failing hard. So not fun. It also doesn't help that this is like a white table. I'm trying to find a white piece. Okay. But speaking about dystopian AI, the tabletop RPG Paranoia was such a good read. I got to play it only once when reading the manuals, and it was amazing. I don't think it's a good game, but what an amazing setting. I do not know this one. Can you share like a link to it? I'd be very curious to check it out. Because I just started getting into kind of like tabletop stuff, so I'm still very new at all of it. And that sounds like something right up my alley, to be honest. Oh. Okay, so is there a way I can just avoid this part? Because I might just jump forward to a new section, and hopefully I've got enough pieces out the way to continue on with this side build. Because I don't think I will be able to do this otherwise. Yeah. Okay. I think that's the right idea. I have not seen the Coppola movie, but I read a lot of reviews that basically had the exact same position where they were like, I loved it, but I'm not sure if it's a good movie, or like I'm not sure if it's a good movie, but like it was something. But I think that's kind of what you're meant to be left with, right, out of that movie. I haven't seen it yet though, so I very much want to see it. But you know, Adam Driver's a good actor and Coppola does good movies, so how bad could it be, right? Also, it's nice just seeing like a big sci-fi epic, right? Oh, those are both downs. Okay. So there must be another one of these somewhere. Oh, here. Perfect. Look at that. Yeah, I don't think there's a movie like Megalopolis. Hey, that's a cool thing though, right? Like even if it's not so good, just like the novelty of something sometimes makes it amazing. And it sounds like it's that kind of movie, so it makes me more excited to see it actually. I mean, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, this is going to be either great or terrible, which I think is probably what he was going for as a director. Okay. We're dropping so many pieces off the table, if you can hear. You're gonna have to go underneath soon. Yeah, I might give it a go for over the weekend if you're giving it the thumbs up. Oh, okay, so this is set up in a weird way, but we'll get through it. So we're building like the bar right now, like the actual physical bar. Yeah, it was like 2 years of me trying to find this set because I basically couldn't find it in any of the actual Lego stores because it went out of stock like a while ago. And then I also didn't want to pay full price. So I was hoping someone would resell, and I got super lucky. Did you all watch the remake of like Astro Boy? What was it called? Apollo on Netflix? That was really good. If you ever want like some gritty existential like sci-fi but kind of a detective noir at the same time. Yeah, I think this was the much better idea, right? Like now I'm powering through the parts and I can just come back to the other one. You know, it's like on a standardized test. You're meant to just like skip ahead and then come back if you have time. You shouldn't just bang your head against something that's not moving. Nope. Nope. Yeah, the set's crazy expensive. It's actually, I think it's a bit more because I picked this up on sale for $260. I think it's like $350 on the shelf or something. Like the cheapest I saw it in stores was $330. But as you can see, this set has like everything. But I definitely think I was overestimated myself when I thought I could do this all in one go. I think this will be like a 2 sittings, maybe 3. I mean, we're starting to move now, right? Like now that I stopped working on the little speeder that had impossible to find parts. Yeah, like we just got through all those parts super fast. Okay. Let's go back over here so you can actually see what I'm doing and not just watch me on the wrong side of the table. Yeah, but that's probably not real Lego. There's a lot of like knockoff sets like that sell duplicates. That's the problem. And I want the real deal. This is me being a brand snob, right? I want the legit Lego. But honestly, if I'm gonna have an absurd habit like this, I might as well get the legit thing, right? Nope. Oh, there's one. Okay, we're in business. We're in business, guys. Oh, there's another one. Okay. Just need one more. Come on, give me a little flat square. In the right color, please. Okay. Yeah, see? Like, I don't want to have a questionable Lego, right? That would be a terrible way to die. Like, can you imagine if your obituary was like, he lived like he died, being poisoned by knockoff Legos? That's not a way I want to go out. That's terrible. You know, if Lego were going to take me out, I want it to be like, he was crushed under 20,000 pounds worth of Lego. Finding a flat 1x1 gray piece out of all of these tiny ones. Oh, goodness me. All right, are we good on this one? Yes, next step. Next step. All right, there's this crescent thing. Boom, that was easy. That was a whole step. Okay. Okay. And a little claw piece. Okay. Oh, that was easy. And then I need one of these. And then I need this piece. Oh, I just saw it too, didn't I? Oh, man. Yeah, I saw it in the glint of my eye, and now I've lost it. What a bummer. Sitting here like a praying mantis. Okay. Let's try and find these pieces parts. There's one. Okay. What am I? No, they got corners. Okay, that's inconvenient. Nope. 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 No. Come on. Yeah, I don't see them. Supposedly there's two. Can I just skip this one for the moment? I'm listening to Franz Ferdinand, just like a mix of all the albums in a row. I find it very soothing. It helps me concentrate. Okay. Yeah, like when I'm working on projects or like reading, I slap on like Franz Ferdinand or Muse, and for some reason it just like gets my mind into focusing. I'm actually really glad that Cyberpunk used it in the album because it reminded me how much I love this band. Any new good bands that y'all have been listening to? What am I looking for? One white one, and then a little tan one with a handle. Okay. Oh, there's a white one. Boom. Okay. Now I just need to find the little tan one with a handle, which I feel like I saw a little while ago. Close. No cigar. Okay. Okay, got that one. Oh, there it is. Amazing. Okay. Shelves and a bone. I saw this bone a million times. It is somewhere around here. I think I saw the little shelves too. Like relatively recently. Where are they? Okay, there's a little buckets. There's another little bucket. Yeah, Cyberpunk had an amazing soundtrack. Oh, there's a new Gambino album. That's awesome. Grande Mahogany. He plays like old African American style funk and soul. That sounds amazing. Yeah, feel free to drop some links in the replies. I'd be very curious to have some new jams to listen to. I'm always out for new music. Okay, we're halfway there. We got the outside of the shelf. Now we just need the shelves themselves. Oh, there's one. Yeah, see, I knew I saw these. There it is. Got it. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure where the bone got to, but no worries. No worries. Don't need it. Okay, what are we doing now? We need a 1. Okay, got it. And then 4 gray. Oh, sorry, I was just like playing with the microphone. That must have been annoying. My bad, guys. Did your link show up? I don't know why it didn't show up. Because I definitely have links on. Let me see. Language. Blah, blah, blah. Pay promotion. Message delay. No. Comments and ratings. Okay, comment moderation. Can you try and post it again? I just turned off the moderation for a second to see if it changes anything. Oh, I moved everything. Sorry, guys. Okay. Cannot find. What was the best concert you guys have seen lately, or ever? Either way. No. No, I don't think it's down there either. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. And then I need a 2 gray. Okay, got it. 4. 4 tan. Okay, gotcha. Oop. And then a corner. Got you. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, sometimes your best concert experience isn't your favorite band, right? Like, I think my best concert I went to was Bowling for Soup when I was like, I don't know, 17 or something. They sounded so good, like better than the albums, and it was a great show. It rocked. But I mean, I've also seen like Matt and Kim like 4 or 5 times, and that's like my all-time favorite band. That's like my guilty pleasure. Oh, I forgot a piece. Okay. Wait. Hold up. Ah, no. I messed up a piece. Shit. No. Oh, what have I done? Okay. This is not how you do it at home, kids. Man, that's annoying. Pay attention to the instructions. Then you don't look like an idiot on your live stream. Ooh. All right, there we go. Solved. Problem solved. All right, now I need all these little cornery pieces that I keep finding and picking up. Okay. So how's Finnish politics right now? It's a weird coalition going on right now. Okay, so I just need this. And then a little gray piece. Yes, there we go. Where else does this go, though? Here? Okay. Okay, got that. And then another one of these. Okay. And where's the coffee mug? I'm pretty sure I saw it not too long ago. Oh, there it is. Where is the coffee cup? Today, a minister of foreign trade who refused to sign a deal supporting Ukraine because it mentioned LGBT people want a confidence vote. Oh, cool! What a sensible figure hating on gay people in the 21st century. I'm glad that this is where our politics is at. Ugh. Yeah, I know all like the ridiculous lore around like the Finn, like the true Finns. It's such a joke party, but unfortunately, they've gotten into a position of authority and power. Honestly, it's so embarrassing sometimes that these are our political leaders, right? I think that's actually something I've been asking my friends is like, are the current batch of politicians worse than usual, or just have they always been this bad and the situations are just worse? Because I think there's this kind of like myth that our current batch of like leaders are particularly bad, but I think there's also probably a strong argument to say that they've always been bad. Mm. Yeah, Finland's got such a wild political development, especially the Cold War stuff. Yeah. What was I looking for? Oh, these metal pieces. No. I'm gonna have to pick up all these pieces that keep dropping to the ground. At least it's convenient. I can see which ones are falling, so at least I know these aren't the ones I'm looking for. All right. Okay, I need 3 gray ones that look like that. So there's one. Got it. Success. It's like I found the part I'm looking for, adrenaline rush of Lego. It's hard to describe. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Three. Boom. All right. Look at that. We did it. All right. What's next? Okay. Okay. It's just one part. All right. I'm in a crisis of confidence whether nationalization is always bad or if it's kind of okay when it comes from indigenous population that don't make the majority population. I think this is like more complicated, right? Because it doesn't have to be like nationalization all the way to like the top level of the state. Like it could also just be like in local community ownership or municipal ownership. And I think that's if we just think it's either like nationalization at the top level or nothing, or like free market, it makes us not actually realize there's lots of other options in some services, like like municipal trash or something don't need to be run at like the national level, or the water companies, or there's like a lot of stuff, and some of them might make sense to run at like a national level, or maybe you have some sort of like federated model. I think we have to be very creative about how we want to solve these problems. And then there's just like lots of models out there, and I think we should always be looking out for best practices and what works and doesn't work, because a lot of people have already tried most of the stuff that we want to do in our own countries, and so like we can kind of skip over a lot of the screw ups that they had in early implementation by kind of doing the study part of it. So like for me, I'm like into like community ownership, but I think like nationalization only makes sense in situations where like a national level of operation makes it better. Oh, nationalism. Sorry, my bad. I should have read your comment. Um, Nationalism. I think it's complicated, right? Like, I would probably consider myself like anti-nationalist, but like I also think it's because we like sometimes we say nationalism, but then we're like ethnic identity, and these are not the same thing. And I am really against nationalism because it all roots to like a very specific kind of like 19th century nationalism that it like evokes itself in politics, and that's a problem. But like indigenous sovereignty movements, like these are obviously good, but this is also about like having I wouldn't like view these in the same kind of thought as like what is commonly understood of as like nationalism, or like in the way that we operate with nationalism in like our current daily politics, if that makes sense. Like I don't know how to I feel the same way I think about it as you. Like I think a lot about how, I don't know, during the French Revolution, you have this idea of like the nation and then like the state and citizens. And these are all kind of demarcating lines of like who is inside or outside of the nation, right? And this is kind of like the baseline conceptualization of how we understand nations and nationalism and like states, even because we unfortunately only conceive them as like nation states as well, which is a problem. Oh, I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you so much. And I'm glad you enjoyed some chill background noise. It makes me very happy to hear. Um, hmm. Okay. Well, I think I am going to take a break for a bit because I've been building for 3 hours and I'm getting a bit tired. So I'll take a little bit of a break and I might come back on stream either today, if not, definitely tomorrow. So yeah, I hope you guys had a good time. It was really, really fun to build and chit chat. And thank you for all the good conversation, Skander. I just want to find this piece before we finish. Ugh. It's like the civilization problem. It's like one more turn, one more piece. Okay, we'll just pause for the moment. You too. All right. Well, I'll talk to you later. Give me a follow on my account, all that stuff. And I hope you have a really, really good day. And thanks for a bunch. Ciao.